All Qashqai are distinguished by high passive safety. According to the results of Euro NCAP crash tests in 2007, the car won the maximum 5 stars. There are no complaints about its corrosion resistance. The salon is decorated in a modern way. The design is based on round elements of details. There are a lot of them inside. Thanks to the high seating position and the good location of the body pillars, visibility in the Qashqai is good. There are comments on the ergonomics of the 5-seater versions of the gallery. Disembarkation is made difficult by the doorway narrowed at the bottom, which is why you cling to the door card and the carpet under the rear seat with your foot. The door of the 7-seater modifications is longer, making the disembarkation process much more convenient. The rear seat backs of the Qashqai Plus 2 are tilt-adjustable and fold forward to access the third-row seats. Compared with the Classmates, cargo compartments of both modifications are average. The trunk volume of the 5-seater Qashqai is 410/1515 liters, while the Hyundai Tucson has 325/1375 liters, and the Mitsubishi Outlander has 420/1100 liters. Qashqai operated in Ukraine are equipped only with gasoline engines. We have the most common versions with the 2.0-liter engine. 1.6-liter modifications are slightly less common. Employees of the branded service station said that the crossover is equipped with new generation engines, in which the weaknesses of similar units previously used on other Nissan models were taken into account and eliminated. As a result, the reliability of Qashqai engines has increased markedly. Of the characteristic problems, one can mention the failure of the fuel pump. Failure occurs due to the use of low-quality fuel. Replacing even with a non-original part is expensive, about 2,000 UAH. Another problem is that over time, due to a buildup of dirt, the fuel gauge can lie, underestimating its real amount. I filled the tank, it shows about half. In addition, losses in the tightness of the front cover of the engine were noted. The seal needs to be replaced. There are no other serious comments on both Qashqai motors. Variable valve timing systems and individual ignition coils work without problems. Maintenance-free and timing drive, equipped with a durable metal chain. Theoretically, valve clearances need to be adjusted, although the manufacturer has not set a clear time frame for these works, but in practice they are performed only during cylinder head repairs. Qashqai come in front and all-wheel drive. In percentage terms, both versions on the Ukrainian market have parity. Structurally, the all-mode 4x4 all-wheel drive is similar to the older brother X-Trail. It uses an electronically controlled center clutch. In normal modes, to save fuel, the car should be operated as a front-wheel drive, 2WD mode. On a wet, dirt, or snowy road, it is recommended to drive in auto mode. When the front wheels slip, the rear wheels are automatically connected. If you have to overcome a difficult section, you need to use the all-wheel drive lock mode, then the clutch will lock, distributing the moment between the wheels equally. At speeds over 30 km per hour, the transmission automatically switches to auto mode. Despite the high ground clearance of 200 mm and the presence of all-wheel drive, Qashqai is a typical SUV. The off-road capabilities of the car should not be overestimated, although it can overcome small dirt, sandy, and snowy sections of the road. As experience has shown, all-mode 4x4 is quite reliable. The same can be said about the mechanical gearbox. But the stepless CVT variator, which is more common than the mechanics, can be disturbing. Problems were noted with the gearshift lever selector. The P, parking, position limit switch failed, due to which the lever cannot be switched to D, drive, mode. You can get to the service by pressing a special emergency button near the selector. Repair involves replacing the selector. After that, the problem usually does not recur. In addition, in rare cases, bearings failed in the CVT, which was accompanied by a characteristic trolleybus rumble when driving at speeds of 40 to 50 km/h. The maintenance of the mechanics consists in changing the oil every 90,000 kilometers and the variator every 60,000 kilometers. Both Qashqai suspensions are independent, in front, McPherson, in the back, multi-link. The most characteristic remark to the running is a knock in the rear suspension. The reason is the rigid rear shock absorbers, which so work out the bumps in the roads. After restyling, the manufacturer began to use shock absorbers that work better and quieter. Other weak points were also identified in the Qashqai suspension: the front strut support bearings and the silent blocks of the front subframe. They can fail even with low mileage. The bushings of the front and rear stabilizers, as well as the front struts, on average, have to be changed every 40 to 50,000 kilometers. The rear stabilizer struts run 60 to 70,000 kilometers, often up to 100,000 kilometers, while bearings require replacement. At the same time, the silent blocks of the front levers and ball bearings can last more than 100,000 kilometers, and the gum of the rear multi-link 150,000 kilometers. Unlike the younger Micra, the Qashqai's electric powered steering works without problems. Tie rod ends serve almost 150,000 kilometers. The only possible trouble is the creaking of the steering shaft boot, which is treated with aerosol lubricants. There are no comments on the reliability of the brakes. Compared to competitors, Qashqai has many modifications, which allows you to choose the right version. The purchase of this model can be advised to those who need a car with high ground clearance and better off-road capabilities than ordinary cars. Overall, Qashqai is reliable. The main problem is the fragility of some parts of the chassis.